Well, ladies and gentlemen, today I wanted to make a video on what it means, I guess, to be somebody on YouTube with 200 subscribers. It's interesting because I feel like I remember when I got 6 subscribers. And I actually thought that was the craziest thing in the world to actually have 6 subscribers because it was just ridiculous to think that 6 people would want to see my stupid videos because, I mean, let's be real. I put 0 effort into my videos, right? So the idea that 6 people would subscribe to watch this nonsense is pretty funny. And then I remember when I got to 50 subscribers, and then at that point I thought, well, that's just ridiculous. And then I got to 100, and now at 200, I think I've reached my climax. I think a channel of this quality should probably stay at around 200 subscribers. I think I peaked at realistically because there is at some point where you have to actually try to brand yourself, sell yourself, ask people to subscribe, have catchy titles in the videos, have some sexy thumbnails. You got to really, play the game a little bit. And since I'm not good at playing the game, I think that 200 subscribers, that's really peak level where I should be. Not to mention it gives me that sort of underground vibe, which I really kind of miss from YouTube, That's the irony of almost everything. Everything has a peak, you know what I mean? Like, for example, people who really love the idea of capitalism, right? They think, well, capitalism is the best we have. And capitalism actually works great for a while, and then eventually it peaks, and then it starts to become a place where there's just basically a bunch of billionaires and a bunch of poor people. But the beginning is actually pretty sexy. It's fun, but then it kind of reaches a point, and that's just the way it is with all systems. It's not just capitalism. All systems kind of have a good starting point, and then kind of just. And that's the way YouTube was, right? Because YouTube started off, it was like this free, wild, sexy, anything goes. And now it's kind of become like a really stringent, kind of stiff corporate place because people have figured out the formula that works and everyone just kind of repeats it. Like if you watch most YouTube videos, it's basically like watching the same. What I've noticed with YouTube videos is that it's basically the same video done by a different person. It's just textbook YouTube 101. The intro, hello guys, welcome to my channel. You say your name, maybe you ask people to subscribe, thumbs up, and then you put your music, your intro music, and then you talk a little bit, then you have your B-roll where you pan and show some clip. It's basically just YouTube 101, really what it is, right? So, but that formula works. But before people really figured out a standard formula, people just kind of did whatever. Videos were a lot less professional. And now it's basically corporate level professionalism in YouTubers now. It's basically, you might as well just be hired by a corporation to make your videos, because it's basically the same level. Same level of professionalism, same level of sort of corporate sponsorship. It's basically just a corporate sponsorship at that point, right? You're a famous face that can promote products. You become a brand, like what people really hope to become a brand. What are you? I'm a brand now, which is a really weird thing to become a brand. I wonder if that's really the point of existence, just to become a brand. Like, you don't exist and all of a sudden you just magically pop into existence one day and you think, what is the ultimate end game? And you think, well, obviously it's to become a brand and then sell things on my likeness. Because once you create a brand, hey, I'm Tony, and since you know me, and I have a lot of viewers, I'm a big fan of this coffee that I'm drinking. It's called whatever. You promote it, get a few bucks your way, and you just basically become a brand that can basically just really promote anything you want because you have a huge voice. And it's weird to become a brand as a human being, to become an influencer. It's strange. But what's even stranger is that we only have a little bit while to go. This whole hey, I'm Tony and I'm a person and I'm a brand. That's going to be cute for a little while longer, but then eventually we're not even going to really be anything anymore. The nostalgia of being a person, like a human being, we're slowly fading away from any resemblance of what it's meant to be a human being for the past how many thousands of years. I don't know how much longer we have, whether it's 100 years, 500 years, 1,000 years, but I can guarantee you whatever the hell it means to be a human being is going to be something completely different. So I assume this whole branding thing, becoming an influencer and a brander, that's really the last level before we're not even anything anymore, because that's the thing that's the power right now, viewership, right? Because that's why people want to brand themselves and get out there, because you have 7-8 billion people at your disposal. So if you get viewership, you can basically control the world with your viewership. I mean, think about it. At that point, there's really not much you can do. So this whole branding and promoting yourself as an individual or as an entity, that gives you all the power in the world. That really is like the new currency. It's not money. Money is like, okay, that's cute, but having influence, being an influencer, telling people, hey, I have 20 million Instagram followers. I mean, you can pretty much demand anything you want at that point. And then what's going to happen is once AI kicks in, and then we realize that these AI characters that we develop are much more interesting than us. They're going to be a lot smarter, a lot more capable. Humans are going to be like 2.0 or whatever you want to call it, whatever version. I might have messed that up. But the point is we're going to kind of just be second rate. So for me, I watch all of it and it's kind of strange to see, but then all of humankind has been strange to see. You know what I mean? Like, I remember when I went to high school, if you would have told me that all of the kids that used to be made fun of in high school that were kind of like, call them nerdy or kind of dorky, they were like, and they used to play video games all day and they were socially awkward. If you told me those would be the most famous people on earth in 30 years, I wouldn't even understand. I would have no concept of what you're even talking about. Because right now, the most popular, successful people who make money are people who are like Twitch streamers. Like kind of like, it would be like kids that I went to high school with that were super socially awkward, kind of nerdy, dorky. They stayed in their rooms. They were, and then now they're gamers, and they're really the most famous people on earth right now. Like Twitch streamers are, I mean, the amount of money they make and the amount of influence and the amount of fame they have is crazy. But 30 years ago, I would think you're out of your mind if you said that. Like, hey, Tony, all these like shy, dorky, nerdy little kids playing video games, in 30 years they're going to be like superstars. I would have there's no way to even understand that. So when I say enjoy being whatever it means to be a human now, with the way things are going with AI, with technology, we're going to be obsolete, and then it's going to be a new version of what it means to be humans. Whether that means we upload our consciousness into like avatars and we could just be like whatever we want to be. Who knows? But the point is, it's impossible to really predict. Like I said, like somebody told me 30 years ago, all those socially awkward nerds that are playing video games for 10 hours a day, if somebody told me they're going to be the biggest superstars in the world in 30 years, they're going to have millions of dollars and people are going to like follow them and listen to their every word, I wouldn't even understand what that means. So now going forward, I really don't know what that's going to mean. Like, it's hard to even conceive what it's going to be like in 50 years or 100 or 200 years, you know? But I do feel like what it means to be a person is almost going to be like completely different. Because right now I'm talking to you through YouTube and I'm still basically just a person talking. So everything still seems pretty normal so far, right? But I don't know what that's going to mean. Like, cause see, it's weird because we look at YouTube and we think, well, this is just going to be here forever. Just YouTube, making videos. I'm an influencer on YouTube and I have an Instagram account, but those will be gone. So, you know, like if you're successful right now on Instagram or YouTube, whatever that is, it's going to be gone. It's going to be something else. Now, of course, anyone listening will be like, what are you talking about, Tony? That's crazy. It's going to be here forever. What is here forever? Every single thing we had before is gone, right? So what's going to replace it? That's the mystery, right? Exactly how is it going to look, you know? But it's going to be so completely different. If I had to guess, I would say most likely we're all just going to live in some sort of virtual world. So for example, maybe the next YouTube will just be like, it won't be a video of somebody talking in their room. What it'll be is like, I create a virtual space and I film my YouTube videos from that virtual space. In that virtual space, I can kind of open it up to people. So that way, let's say there's a social media in the future. The way we have like Instagram and Snapchat now, right? Well, in the future, the social media will be like, if I add you to my friends list, whether in the social media app, you get to hang around in my virtual space. So let's say I create this, and you keep in mind, you can create this virtual space to look like anything you want. It's virtual. So it could be a big castle, a big mansion, a big living room, a big swimming pool, whatever it is, you create your virtual space. And then if you add someone to your friends list, they can just come hang out in your virtual space. So you basically literally invite them into your reality, you know, because now even when you have a friend on Instagram or Snapchat or whatever, they're not really in your reality. They're kind of like on a list on your phone, but I think in the future, we'll just have our own virtual spaces. And then when you add somebody to your friends list, they can just hang out in your virtual space. So you walk into your virtual space and you're like, oh, hey, what's going on? And you notice somebody that you just added recently just hanging out on your virtual couch. And it's just all the people you know, they just kind of become in your universe. It's going to probably, that's my guess. It might be something like that. And now if you're somebody out there who thinks, oh, I'm going to develop this into an app, just remember that I came up with the idea and, well, I mean, I'm sure I didn't come up with the idea. It's a pretty obvious thought, so don't worry about it. But yeah, I'm sure there's people working on that app right now, and they have for a very long time, because that really is probably what's going to head towards, you know. We just live in each other's virtual realities. And so this video started off by just saying that I can't believe I have 200 subscribers. And then I really don't know where it went, but I think this video is long enough, so I think I said something in it. I'm not really sure what the point of this video was, but there's really no point to most of my videos. And that's why I like where I'm at with the 200 subscribers, because I feel like that's exactly where I should be, depending on the, 200 subscribers. And if you really kind of like see the quality of my content, very unprofessional, it kind of matches this. So I'm kind of like in that perfect area where I should be. So, I'll end it with saying, I kind of wonder sometimes, like, if I ever, I don't know, by accident, a lot more people stumbled upon these videos and they started subscribing, I kind of wonder at what point would I feel pressure to have more professional videos? Like, if I hit like 5,000 subscribers, would I be like, do I have to take this seriously now and actually be more professional? Or if I hit 10,000, if I hit 50,000, Because I always think to myself, Tony, will you ever sell out at some point and become a corporate shill where all I'm really doing is making videos because I have a lot of sponsors and it's a great way to make money and I've sold my soul to the devil? I ponder that sometimes. But we should all ponder that because it's a really legitimate question, and I'll leave it at that. So we'll see. And that's basically it. So have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.